Today we're going to talk about 10 must-have apps for fashion designers. So walk into your fashion studio. So hey, if you're looking for a channel that talks about fashion, that do tutorials, that gives you tons of tips, then this is it. Come on, subscribe, you're already here. Remember to hit the notification bell to stay up to date with our uploads. Without further ado, let's jump into the video. So today we're going to be talking about 10 best and must-have fashion designer apps. I am a fashion designer myself and I browsed all the time for fashion designer apps, which are not usually those little games. They're more focused on developing a brand, developing flags, sketches, ideas, color stories, all that we do. So basically I did a 10 must-have list. And just a little disclaimer here, these are not all the existing apps for fashion designers. These are strictly my preferences. You may or may not like any of the apps that I am suggesting in this video. So I suggest that you do your own research and see and find out what's best for you and what works for your brand. These are not in any kind of preferable order. These are just randomly chosen and put on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 list. So my number one is Pantone Studio. Actually has 4 out of 5 stars. Most important, I would say, is that the reference of the colors that you choose on any color palette that you make in the app has a reference of Pantone, which is basically the language of color for the fashion industry. Many other creative industries too. As a subscriber, you get access to more than 10,000 standardized hues across all libraries and disciplines. And you can receive a 1-week to 1-month trial with a monthly or annual subscription. So the initial download is free and you can browse and use and make up your different color palettes. But after that, when you get so serious about it and you want more access, you can pay a subscription. It's a very nice and professional app, I would say, as a beginner and as a professional as well. Second on my list would be Palette Cam. It is very interesting what you can do with this app. You can actually take some pictures and put out the colors from that picture to make up your color palette. And there are several apps that can do that, but this one pretty easy to get. It's all free. Next is the Vogue Runway Fashion. Okay, this is an app developed by Condé Nast Digital and it has an awesome rating too. It's 4.4. So you can get a notification whenever a new designer has shown the runway. I actually have it. You have to stay up to date to know everything that's going on in the fashion industry. So you get unlimited access to fashion shows around the world from the global authority in fashion media within minutes after the models walk down the runway. You can check out the latest ready-to-wear couture, resort, pre-fall and menswear collections from around the globe, including New York, London, Milan, Paris, and beyond, right on your iPad or iPhone. You also get reviews. Those reviews are from internationally recognized editors and that's the insider's view of the collection, so you know what they actually think. You can do bookmarks, you can save your favorite looks, you can browse by street style, you can send the runway looks through via email, text, or social media. And also you may have the ability to shop for the looks. Basically, this is one of my favorite apps. Next up is Fashion Design Flat Sketch. I think this is more like an amateur kind of app, but you can understand how flat the digital technical images of the designs are done, and you can have access to different types of pockets and different types of colors, and you can have them understood by name. So you can design blouses, skirts, dresses, pants, jackets and jumpsuits and so. You can customize your designs by adding other details from a library. Draw your own details on pencil. That's why I like this app, so write that down. Then you can export your image and pass it on to your pattern maker or your factory. So yes, this is awesome for a startup brand. If you design things that are more avant-garde, then I suggest that you have to do your own flats. This is not the app for you. So check it out. Next up is Prêt-à-Template. Prêt-à-Template, like Prêt-à-Porter, but Prêt-à-Template. Okay, here we are. The Prêt-à-Template fashion drawing app is awesome because you can do freehand sketches right there. I mean, with your finger. You can get creative with new patterns. There are new templates. Okay, my next app is Fashion Figures. Okay, Fashion Figures has a 4.1 rating. It's basically for startup designers who have this kind of struggle with drawing and sketching their ideas. So it provides like a lot of fashion figures in different kind of poses. The best thing about this app is that it provides croquis in different sizes. So basically you get all the proportions that you need to specifically draw your ideas. My next app is Lookbooks Fashion Styling. So as a designer, you just don't only have to sketch, come up with color stories, fabric stories, pattern making, cutting, sewing, selling. You have to do, yes, all the styling too. So you can do your lookbooks and sell. So basically this app helps you with the styling and it provides you a lot of ideas that might help you develop your collection. So you can take a look at it to see different outfits, how they work and the accessories, and then you can come up with your ideas. And also you can monetize your content. So this is a very helpful app for those who wants to be a stylist, 4.4 rating. My next app is Snaptee, print and design. And the fun part of this app, I mean, I wouldn't call it especially for fashion designers, but this is more like a startup brand who wants to develop their own t-shirts, and they can easily access, you know, the graphics and change it up and change the color of the t-shirt. It has a 4.6 rating, and basically you have in-app purchases and they'll print and ship it to you personalized. Basically you just tap your smartphone and you get your creation. So that's why I wouldn't call it an app for designers, those designers that come up with ideas, conceptual design, and actually make the patterns. So the toiles and make the muslin samples, and then they make the fashion fabric final piece. But you know, you can have a startup brand and do your own t-shirts and sell them, and this is fashion too. Why not? So this is a great app for startup t-shirt brands, and you can make your own design, come up with your own logo, and it is pretty fun. Always import photos into the app and create your unique t-shirt. Our next app is Mode Sense, a 4.8 rating. What Mode Sense provides, fashion shopping assistant for the smart and informed. So it is not a fashion design developing collection kind of app, but it is a shopping assistant which will be helpful for stylists. And basically you can also, you know, use this app to develop your collection. So you can explore, search, and browse millions of the latest designer products all in one place. With full designer collections, powerful filler capabilities, built-in barcode scans functionality, link-based search, and robust product pages, they make it easy to compare prices, compare availability, set sale alerts, create curated collections, and so much more. So it's not just for the people that want to buy and purchase designer clothes, as a designer point of view, you can use that to know what is trending and what is going on to develop your own collections and be so competitive. My last but not least is Business of Fashion, BOF. That's one of the greatest apps for any fashion designer to have. So Business of Fashion is right next to the Wall Street Journal. It's kind of a very strictly professional kind of designer who wants to stay informed within stocks and how the companies are being changed, the new developments that they're doing, the new head of design, all those things that are very important for designers to know. Business of Fashion is leading in the fashion industry. The BOF iOS app includes real-time breaking news alerts, saved articles for offline reading, article filtering, daily and weekly briefings, which I love, unlimited access to the BOF archive. So you can download it today to stay informed with trusted insights that give you the competitive advantage. So the Business of Fashion works through a must-have subscription, but it is very important to stay up to date with everything that is actually happening in the fashion industry. It's basically like a newspaper. Okay, so those are my 10 must-have favorite apps for fashion designers. So I want to talk about apps that I didn't found. I basically didn't found anything for sewing or pattern making, like not hacks, but tips or how to do, some sort of silhouette or, like cut a design or something. That would be a great app if you are a developer and are thinking like, what should I do? Everything is created. There you go. Sewing or pattern making apps for fashion designers, and you'll have a lot of us connected and downloading them right away. So with that, we wrap up our 10 must-have list for fashion designer apps. So if you haven't subscribed yet, come on and do it because we have tons of uploads. We're going to be continuously uploading things about fashion and